looking live at the WBC Arena. My name is Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a pleasure to work with you. Always a pleasure.
It's time. Up first, it's Ryan King. This not 2 minutes. The build up to this fight has been incredible. Both of these men verbally sparring for weeks, and now they get it on for real. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. That hook was off target. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be honest. You've got to be honest. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
A straight right just misses. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
This fighter is all about finesse, using a lot of angles and lateral movement.
This is what makes outside fighters so good. Their footwork is second to none. It's as fast as their hands.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Garcia. And there's the bell to start round two. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Those counter punches has to hurt. And he fails to score with that left hook. Beautiful counter shot. Lomachenko in trouble. And apparently no rest for the weary. Thought about taking a breath, but instead, they're in there throwing bombs again.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely done. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
This fight... Whoa, wait a minute. Uh-oh. Lomachenko just got rocked. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What did they do? What did they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
That jab misses. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Garcia. Here we go in round three. Who's going to land the first big shot? Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
That counter shot lands. much for boxing. This is a fight. That counter punch caught him clean. Both men step back for just a moment. They exchange punches. There's a counter shot. You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Gotta cut you off here, Johnny. Lomachenko is buzzed. And it appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Garcia. Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Big whiff with the right hook. Beautiful counter punch. Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. We wanted action, and they are delivering. How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty.
Oh, my God, Johnny! Lomachenko on the canvas. Imagine seeing this punch coming and not being able to do anything about it.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
Got knocked down, but didn't stay down. Once again, showing you how much grit and courage this fighter has.
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight's capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Talk about Loma. Time for the 5th round. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything full barrel because I know his leg is gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Just missed with that hook. Good counter punch. Nice counter shot. That hook just can't find the target. Nice defense there, blocking the hook. We You hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get...
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? Lomachenko is... Lomachenko goes down. One punch did the trick. Let's see it again in slow motion.
I need to see that again.
One, two, three, four, five, six. Come to me.
The referee deems they can continue, but this might be a big mistake.
He's got to waste time. Get step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to paw you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it. Because if you...
As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. Let's talk about Loma. And there's the bell for round 6. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got a hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
Only catching air with that hook. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Good-looking hook, but it was blocked. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Swinging big and missing big with that hook. Perfect counter shot. The perfect counter lands. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
It's the one who draws first blood, Tom. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Jab slightly off target. He blocks that jab. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Garcia. Here we go, it's round 7. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Nice job to block that uppercut. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Lucky that hook didn't score. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because If you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out the way, box him. Frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he'll close you down.
Every time he throws a very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Garcia. And they're back at it again here in round 8. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Just misses with that jab. A lot of effort being exerted here. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Well done with that counter shot. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
These two featherweights are going to let their hands go, you know that.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to outthink him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little faggot and pickpocket him.
Nice counter. Off the charts action from both of these fighters. Catch and shoot. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. What a dominant performance, and it shows up on the judges' scorecards as a unanimous decision victory.
Unanimous? You know what? Smart.